Do you feel taken over by someone in the sense that they require you to be hyper attentive towards their emotional state? They make you solely responsible for their happiness. They expect you to adapt to them all the time and in any circumstance. They don't really allow you to say no to them, and their problems are automatically also always your problems. In this video, you will learn why this happens and how you can strengthen your immunity towards such emotional takeovers so you can reclaim your mental, emotional, and life's autonomy. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Becoming an Expert at Self-Leadership. I'm Maika, a psychologist, and this channel is dedicated to sharing thoughts that will spark deep aha moments and support you in empowering yourself to dare to be a leader for your own life. This video is another video that's inspired by Lindsay C. Gibson's excellent books, and I'll put the details to exactly which one in the description box below this video. If you want to avoid an emotional takeover, you first need to be able to recognize it. And for that, it helps to have a deeper understanding of what an emotional takeover is and where it comes from. An emotional takeover is something that happens within what Lindsay Gibson calls an emotionally immature relationship system, or EIRS. And EIRS is a pattern of interacting with one another that is based on emotionally immature principles. Agreements that aren't really openly discussed, but that define the frame within which the relationship takes place and that are exploitative of one person or more people. A relationship, family, partnership, friend group, friendship can be emotionally mature or immature to different degrees and in different ways. And when there's a lot of emotional takeovers, the basic rule is that one person considers themselves to be more important than anyone else. That means their needs always come first, and everyone else is expected to revolve around them and adjust to them. It's a general sense of entitlement and expecting that they can do basically anything and everyone else needs to be okay with that. And that can include not having to consider what they say or how they say it and not allowing for objections. It can include thinking that they don't have to learn how to regulate their emotions and can be upset at anything, at any time, in any way. It can include judging others who are different or have a different perspective, or talking for hours and not asking another person anything about them. It can mean that they don't expect that they have to learn or be guided at any point in their life. And the rights of everyone who's involved with them, according to them, are limited, and they're expected to adjust to them, which can mean that they're not allowed to truly speak their mind when they're talking to them, that they have to make time for this person whenever that person needs them and support them in any way and at all times according to their rules, that they have to sacrifice their own authenticity to be what this person wants them to be. They can be expected to be genuinely happy to see this person and to be with this person no matter how they're being treated. They're expected to sacrifice their own self-esteem, autonomy, goals, needs, and life, and make all of their choices in a way that just serves this one person. This is the basic assumption of someone who tries to take you over emotionally and otherwise, that fundamentally, on principle, in every way and always, I am more important than you. And that's what in their mind justifies the emotional takeover. Because they perceive themselves to be more important than others, to them, it's only logical that they deserve your time, energy, and attention more than you deserve theirs. In fact, they may even feel that because They are so important. They deserve to have the world revolve around them, and they don't need to give back. And EIRS makes relationships one-sided and feel like traps. You're made to feel responsible for that person's emotional state. And if you allow the emotional takeover to happen, you will start focusing more on that person's emotions than your own. It can go as far as losing contact to your own emotions. We all start out in an EIRS as babies. Babies depend on adults to keep them alive and take care of their needs. But if, as children grow up, they are wounded, they develop defense mechanisms that keep them stuck in that pattern of seeing themselves to be the center of an EIRS. And if they don't learn to regulate their emotions on their own, they will continue to depend on others to do that for them. Of course, the assumption that one person's needs are more important than another person's is neither true nor functional. An authentic and reciprocal relationship, friendship, family, friend group, or team needs to be based on the fact that existentially we're all equal and that everyone's needs are equally important. Of course, that doesn't mean we can't have different roles, that one person may be the parent, another person the child, one person the teacher, another person the student, one person the team lead, another person working within the team, guided by the team lead. It's not about being the same, it's about being existentially equal, which means that we all have the right to have our own authentic life and to be in control of it. And that is what we need to be aware of if we want to strengthen our immunity towards emotional takeovers. We are existentially just as important as anyone else. And the more we become aware of that, the more sensitive we will be when someone tries to pull us into an EIRS. We are existential equals. Everyone has the right to autonomy, boundaries, effective communication, and self-love. And in the following, I want to elaborate a bit on these rights that aren't given room equally to everyone in an EIRS. Number one, the right to autonomy. Relationships aren't emotionally intimate or authentic if they don't give autonomy to everyone that's involved in that partnership, friendship, family, or group. This means having the right to live one's life according to one's own values, the right to make one's own choices, even if someone else wouldn't make that exact same choice, the right to have the emotions that we're having, the right to our own thoughts and perspective. This also includes the right to take our intuitions and goals seriously. It's also the right to be treated respectfully for who we are and the choices that we make, and the right not to be mocked, ridiculed, or be treated harmfully by others, and the right to be upset and bothered when they do. Number two, the right to boundaries. With autonomy comes the right to set boundaries to protect who we are, what we believe in, our time, our energy, and our control over our life. This includes the right to make your own choices about how you want to spend your time and energy, and the right to set limits when what someone else wants of you threatens that. It's also the right to leave interactions that are hurtful, to set limits on exploitative behavior. We don't have to be available 24/7, and we have the right not to solve all of someone else's problems without feeling guilty. Number three, the right to effective communication. Effective communication is clear, and as existential equals, we have the right to clear communication. This means openly talking about issues and not having to guess what's wrong. It also means having the right to respectfully express your own perspective, preferences and needs. It also includes the right to receive interest in interactions and to be listened to. Number 4, the right to self-love. You have the right to be yourself, to not be coerced into shame or guilt. You have the right to love and accept yourself, to be compassionate with yourself when you make mistakes. You have the right to change, grow, and learn whenever you feel the need to, and that includes the right to change your mind about things, how you see yourself, the world, another person. You have the right to protect yourself, take care of yourself, and be kind to yourself. And having imbibed all of this, our sensations in our bodies, our emotions and thoughts will let us know when someone violates these rights and tries to pull us into an EIRS. And then all it takes is to listen to those signals and act on them. And if you want to learn how to do that, I have a video about that coming next week. So this video was about the mindset that we need to be immune towards emotional takeovers. And next week's video will be about concrete actions that you can take in interactions to resist emotional takeovers. And if you can't wait that long and you want to watch something about how to deal with emotionally immature people, I will link a video for you up here. Till next time, take care, and remember, we are all existential equals and you deserve to live your life